Yo! I don't know why I did that. Hello and welcome back to the Wild Unknown. Today we're back with Hoshizora no Memoria. After I failed terribly at trying to play as a wretch yesterday, we're back now. Also, it's just a little story that I wanted to share with y'all. There's this one company that I've sent multiple applications to thus far. I'm not gonna divulge the name right now, but basically, I sent multiple applications for an apprenticeship there, and every single one of them has been denied. This morning, I got another. We got fucking mail. The mailman brought us the fucking mailwoman, technically, but who the fuck cares? Basically, the mail service brought us our mail. And part of that mail was a flyer from this company advertising that they're looking for apprentices. I proceeded to rip it to shreds. Because the second it's like they have a case of, okay, we're going to fucking reject this man like 3 fucking times, then have the fucking audacity to send him an ad an ad thing for a position as apprentice for the thing I fucking already sent an application for. Well, quite frankly, I'm goddamn tempted to go find out where they're to go fucking look up where they're fucking stationed again. Go there and beat the fucking manager to death. Because by God, at least fucking smash their skull in, because quite clearly there is no brain in there that the skull would need to protect. Also, someone took my makeshift mace. I don't know where it is. Anyways. This is the first line. Monday, the 3rd of September. Today marks the beginning of the new school semester. As Minahoshi Asuho gets ready for school, she opens the drawer of her desk before leaving her room. Inside that usually locked drawer are 2 wish cards. Both appear worn and tattered. The words, written in pencil, are also smudged here and there. But they are still legible to her. Also takes one of them in hand and reads it to herself.
友達になりたいか.
That is what it says. Back in elementary school, she made this wish card during homeroom as part of the Tanabata event they were having.
友達か.
At the time, Asuho wanted to become friends with him. He was the kind of boy that kept himself, never involving him with his classmates. He always had this sort of atmosphere around him that told you he didn't want to be bothered. She'd always look at him from afar, but really she wanted to talk with him and play with him. That wish is engraved in the card she holds. However, it doesn't specifically mention his name. The thought was so embarrassing to the young Asuho that she just couldn't bring herself to mention him directly. Because of that, she left it vague, so nobody reading it would be able to figure out who it referred to. Why did you find it embarrassing? Well, she didn't want to be teased by the other classmates, for one. She didn't want them to pester her, pursuing the reason why she was so concerned about that boy, Yo. The thought of that was so embarrassing that it made her chest hurt. Back then, Asuho didn't quite have a good grasp on what those feelings were.
子供だったんだよね.
Being a child, still unknown to the ways of love and romance, of course she couldn't express those feelings well. So she thought she only wanted to become friends with him. And while, per se, time passed and the wish has now come true at Hibari High, it doesn't come true in its truest sense. That is how it appears to Asuho now, who, having matured, can fully comprehend the feelings of her past self. She did want to become friends with him, yes, but she didn't want to stop at just that. Looking back on herself now, she is positive that she wanted a relationship beyond just that. And that is exactly why these memories of her first love are now so painfully weighing on her. Being able to comprehend her childhood's first love, at the same time, she can also understand Yo's feelings. Want to hold on to those memories, to cherish them forever. It's possible for Asuho to relate her own feelings to yours for the lookout girl. The heavier her feelings for him become, the bigger they become, the more painful they become. Understanding that Yo feels the same for the lookout girl, Asuho's heart aches. She is rendered unable to do anything.
分かってたことじゃない。
Because we need an exposition dump. That is why Asuho's wish is only a meager one. Just having become friends with him is enough for her. She can just gaze up at the stars together with him. That is enough to make her happy. They don't need to become a couple. I feel like I was told in the comment that they really just did not like the quote-unquote conflict or quote-unquote drama in this route. Is it gonna be some weird bullshit like she's not gonna accept his confession because she's so convinced that he likes the lookout girl? After all, for you to accept her would mean throwing all of his memories of that girl. Throwing away all his memories of that girl would mean him giving up on the lookout girl. There is no joy to be had in that. She can clearly see that by relating him to herself. He'd feel the same way that I do now. There are 2 wish cards inside the drawer. One of them was written by Asuho when she was a young girl. The other one was written by Yo around the same time.
行こう。
Asuho closes the drawer. She locks it, grabs her book bag, and leaves her room. After leaving the house, Asuho puts on her usual smile while going up Yumemi Hill. She forms a smile bright enough to rival even the sun. If she were to act dejected, that would only spread and worsen the moods of her classmates. She would also worry Yo. As such, Asuho must keep her expression bright. That was what Mina Hoshi also resolved herself to do, even after she met Yo again in Ibarigasaki. The morning's Yumemi Hill is dotted with Hibari High uniforms. The long summer breaks come to an end, and today the second school term begins. Wanting to leave my bad habits from the previous semester behind and turn over a new leaf, I left the house with time to spare and spotted a familiar someone. Hey there, Asuho! I address her, upon which Asuho comes to a halt with a start.
Yo-chan!
Morning. Asuho stands there frozen, not returning my greeting. What's wrong? I startled you that much? Why is she laughing?
そりゃあね、こんな時間にようちゃんと会うとは思わないもん。
A fresh new semester is the perfect chance for a fresh start. I've turned over a new leaf, so to
ち
say.
なみちゃんは
She wouldn't wake up, so I ditched her.
それで早いんだね。
Yep, I've changed my ways.
ちなみちゃんがかわいそうだよ。
Not my fault that she's still in summer break mode. I'd wind up late as well if I waited for her. Although I am positive she'll unreasonably snap once we get back home from school. So yeah, I'll be going to school around this time from now on.
そっか。
Acting strangely fidgety also goes on.
じゃあ、しばらくは私と一緒に登校になるのかな。
Well, do you always go to school around this time? Then I suppose it does. She nods, well, on the one hand looking happy, but on the other hand also somewhat troubled.
私と一緒でもいいの？
I doubt my ears. I mean, why wouldn't I? How would she ask something like that? I'm kind of confused. Also, I was acting somewhat strange this morning. Gotta think that this is the first time you and I have gone to school together. And the next thing I know, she's gone dog mode. Did I say the wrong
う
thing?
ん、間違った。
Have you gone to school together before?
うん、した。
Really?
忘れてると思ったけど、
Just can't seem to
土
remember.
曜スクールの時に一緒だったじゃない。
Oh, right. I guess it's just slipped my mind since I didn't really think of Saturday school as actual school.
ようちゃんってさ、やっぱり
Well, examining me also continues.
小学生の時からあんまり変わってないのかもね。ようちゃんが大切なのは展望台だけなのかもね。
I laugh lightly. Look, that's really not the
本
case.
当かな。
I mean it. You can say so with confidence. Back in grade school, I had no one I could call a friend, but now I have plenty. The lookout was precious to me because of the lookout girl who became my friend. That is all there was to it. I also care about my school life now just as much.
そっか。
Yep.
展望台は大切なままなんだよね。
Well, yeah. Asu's voice sounds lonely. Her expression is that usual beaming smile of hers.
それでこそようちゃんだね。
After the long-winded opening ceremony comes to a close, we have our morning classes, at which school is over, since it is the first day of the new term. Pretty much the same deal as on attendance day. Regular classes will begin tomorrow.
あずほさん、今日はテンクルの活動どうしますか？そうだね。お昼食べてから決めよっか。
んじゃ、俺も一緒するかな。
アスカさんもお昼を食べたらおかけんの活動ですか？
おうよ、図書室で調べ物だ。
ちょうど当番は私ですから、開けるまで待っていてくださいね。
A lot happened between Kosama and me during summer break. But through the course of the stargazing sessions we did after the Bond Festival, we've managed to bring our relationship back to normal. You've already got the library committee work on the first day back?
はい。と言っても、受付は他の方ですから、部活には出られますよ。図書室自体も3時くらいには閉まりますから。
じゃあ調べ物の後は聞き込みだな。
青春ですね、アスカさん。不健全な青春だな。部活に寄せはありませんよ、ハソさん。
Well, in Asuka's case, it's still just a circle, though.
違いって言ったら部室と部員数くらいなもんじゃねえか。
他にもあるよ。念願の部費がもらえるんだから。
Asu's eyes are sparkling. We've become a club too now that the second term has started, right?
はい。今頃お姉さんが部活会議に出席しているはずですから、そこで正式に認められると思います。
I'm highly annoyed right now. Mainly because I had to do some work in the garden today. And when I went to take a shower, there was already someone in there. Now that wouldn't have been a problem usually. I could have waited until it's empty again and then taken a shower. However, before this point, 3 other people, including the person currently in the shower, had already taken a shower. Meaning, the water was freezing cold. And I mean like painful freezing cold. So yeah. I have to shower tomorrow. Which means I feel highly icky right now. I do not like it.
後で部費もらいに行こっと。
Or alternatively, the conflict or drama could be that they're still bitching about the Astro Circle being a club. You may also decide on a club
天
club
体観
name.
測愛好サークルがついに天体観測愛好部になるんですね。
略して天部か。
Kind of feels off.
そうだよね。馴染めないっていうか。
私たちはずっとテンクルでしたからね。
そのまま変えないって手もあるんじゃねえか。
名前に部をつけなきゃいけない規則はないと思いますし、可能かもしれませんね。
それじゃあテンクルのままでいくっか。
Also declares without further ado. Are you sure?
ようちゃんは反対？
Well, I guess I'm alright with that personally. Oh, you're fine with that.
むしろ嬉しいかなって。天文部は私たちの代でテンクルと呼ばれるようになった。いい思い出になると思わない？
ひばり校の歴史にも名前が残りますね。
どう？ようちゃん。
Sounds pretty
だ
great.
よね。
つうか、勝手に決めていいのかよ。部長は岡泉先輩だろ。
先輩も絶対賛成してくれるよ。
Yeah, I imagine he's in positive mode. Yeah. I imagine if he's in positive mode, the idea will strike a chord with him.
ネガティブな先輩なら嘆きそうですけどね。
でもどっちにしろ反対はしないんじゃないかな。
Looks like it is settled.
テンクルは今後もテンクルとして活動していくことをここに誓います。
Also declares that if she's an athlete doing the Olympic oath or something.
いいんじゃないかな。テンクルのままで。
We still asked Okaizumi just to be sure, and he readily gave us okay.
僕としてもテンクルの名前は愛着があるからね。これでも名付け親だから。
廃部寸前の天文部をテンクルという形で残したのは他ならぬ岡泉先輩ですもんね。
テンクルの命の恩人ですね。
With Okaizumi having no objections, there's naturally no one else who's against the idea.
入るわよ。ノックしてってば。あのね、私は一応テンクルの部員になってるんだけど。
Izakaki has started attending club in the form of a provisional membership. The injury on her hand appears to have fully healed, and accordingly, she is no longer wearing a
テン
bandage.
クルの部員だからこそ仲間に礼儀は尽くしてね。特に私は副部長なんだから。
Also declares triumphantly.
入室の際にはノックすること。扉を開けたら中に入る前に45度の礼をしながらおはようございますと丁寧に挨拶してね。
Never seen a club member entering the room like that.
そして私がよろしいと言ったら初めて入室が許可されるんだよ。そんなザレ言はどうでもいいのよ。どうでもいいってなんだよ。
姉さん、部活会議はどうでしたか？
滞りなく済んだわよ。
Oh, so?
テンクルは本日をもって正式に部活として認められました。
Voices of joy resound inside
つ
the
いでに
room.
報告だけど、私と目合って自称死神も部員として登録されたわ。
Which means we now have 8 members in total, huh?
大所帯になってきましたね。
他の文化部に比べても遜色ない部員数だね。
まあ運動部に比べれば弱小もいいところだけど。向こうは向こう、私たちは私たちだよ。今後も張り切って天体観測するよ。私は二度としないけど。早速チームワーク乱さないでよ。それを言うなら葵さんでしょ。あの子が部室にいるの見たことないんだけど。
In baseball terms, you could say always something like a pinch hitter.
大一番で出てくる抑え、もしくは代打だね。
野球はよく知らないけど。
姉さん、どうして活動に参加しないんですか？
夏休み中に何度か活動を見学した結果、特に問題なさそうだったから、監督のお役ごめんってわけ。 一緒についてきてぶつくさ文句言ってただけなのに、どこが監督なんだよ。何にしろこれ以上ここに顔を出すつもりはないわ。
Then take her along to become a paper
それ
member.
じゃあこれからテンクルの活動予定立てよっか。せいぜい生徒会に迷惑をかけないことね。こももちゃん、なんでまだいるの？私が幽霊部員になった途端、手のひらを返すあなたがある意味すがすがしいわ。
Well, Izakaki was nice having you join us. Just tell us if you ever feel like joining us for stargazing again. You're welcome anytime. Izakaki shrugs her shoulders.
ないと思うけど、小笠原くんの機嫌を損ねたくないから了解しておくわ。
It all just hinges on how you feel about it. Nothing to do with my
む
feelings.
しろあなたの気持ちに関係あるのよ。
Everyone except Izakaki tilts their heads in puzzlement.
今日ここを訪ねたのはさっきの報告もそうだけど、もう一つ用があったの。
What else is
小
there?
笠原くん、あなたを生徒会に誘いたい。
Asa is the most surprised of all.
急じゃないでしょ。2学期になったら勧誘するって言ってたと思うけど。
Asa's eyes move over to me.
ようちゃん、生徒会になんか入らないよね。皆星さんは黙ってて。小笠原くん、生徒会は今後とても忙しくなるの。2学期は学園祭なんかの生徒主導の行事が多いから。なのに生徒会は人手が足りない。3年生の役員は受験勉強で時間をあまり割けなくなるから、特にね。だから私はあなたの力を借りたいと思ってる。私だけじゃない、他の仲間もそう思ってる。小笠原くん、生徒会に入らない？何？
Izakaki? Is that a
本
demand?
音を言えば無理強いしたいところだけどね。でも貸し借りの話をするつもりはないわ。本人のやる気がなければ意味ないから。テンクルだって同じでしょ。
Making it really hard to turn you down.
ようちゃん。
Well, Asa is anxiously holding her breath. I give my answer. It's alright, I'll have to pass.
ようち
Asa comes at me like he's about to give me a bear hug, making me retreat backwards the same distance.
ゃん。逃げられた。
She enters dog mode. Izakaki heaves a sigh.
なんとなく断られる気がしたのよね。
姉さん、あまり残念そうではありませんね。
同情の方が大きいから。小笠原くんは今後もテンクルで無駄な時間を費やすわけだし。テンクルの部員とは思えない言葉だよ。これでも幽霊部員だから。
小笠原くん、これで本当に良かったのかい？
Yeah, I actually like wasting my time, to be honest.
ようちゃんの言葉もテモンファンに失礼だよ。断る理由はテンクルのためってわけね。
Basically.
生徒会に入っていたらテンクルに顔を出す余裕もなくなっていた。そういう意味では賢い選択だったわね。
Since student council is going to get really busy soon, I guess that is why Izakaki is calling herself a paper member.
ようちゃん、私は信じてたよ。
Her all smiles face is right in front of me, so I retreat.
また逃げられた。
お二人が抱き合っても私たちは気にしませんのに。
But I would mind.
アスホくんは距離音痴だからね。僕も初めの頃は苦労させられたよ。
What's that
麻生
mean?
さんは人と話す距離が普通より近いんです。
距離感がポンコツなのよ。人を不良品みたいに言わないでよ。例えば通路を歩いている途中にガラス張りで透明な扉にぶつかったり、自動ドアにぶつかったり。適当なこと言わないでよ。
Like inattention to what's before her?
年中不注意なのよね。そんなことないよ。
この場合の距離は精神的な意味合いだと思いますよ。麻生さんは人と親密になるのが早いですから、自然と距離も近くなるんじゃないでしょうか。
それでなくても女性は男性よりも人に触れたがる傾向があるからね。ある機関が行ったボディーランゲージの調査では、男性同士の会話よりも 女性同士の会話の方が相手の体に触れる回数が6倍も多かったそうだよ。
そういえば母親によく触られている子供は健康に育つと聞いたことがありますよ。
健康促進だけじゃなく、触れ合いというのはお互いの行為が生まれやすいと言われている。ペットセラピーでもそうだけど、ペットを撫でると気分が落ち着くし、ペットの方も懐いてくるからね。
思い返してみると、アスオさんは小笠原さんと話すときは極めて距離が近いですね。
My mother did something very stupid today. Basically, because of we talked about the whole like Sahara sand dust shit that happened recently. That dust was still on our terrace and on our roof. So we were gonna clean it off, and my cat was outside. And whenever our cat is outside, it's always on a leash. Because it is not... it's just to be safe. Our first cat ran out on the street and got run over. So... second cat, technically. The first cat died of sickness when it was very young. Actually, I just left it. Anyways, so I, basically, in a way of, like, getting the cat to move back over to a place where there's none of the dust, she basically, like, shot some of the water in his direction, and I fucking warned her. I fucking warned her beforehand, because he was basically... he had walked in a weird way to where, like, the leash was connected to a chair here. Then it went like over here around like a table, then around like some weird pole thing. No, it wasn't around the pole thing. It was just straight up around like a massive plant pot, and he was basically at max length here. So if he ran away, he wouldn't be able to run away. So I tried to warn her, don't fucking do that. It's not gonna fucking work. Wait until I move him a bit so he can run back. But she didn't fucking wait. She didn't fucking listen, because when the fuck does my mother ever listen to me? So she fucking shot the water. He tried to run away, couldn't, and just slipped out of his fucking, like, harness that we put on him and just ran away. And we had to fucking catch him without sprinting, because if you run after him, he will dash full power to get away. That's something about our current cat. It's not like we didn't like adopt it from a fucking shelter or something, or and didn't raise it ourselves. Basically, someone that my family knows found him like on the side of the road, beaten to hell, and they took him in and basically helped patch him up again, but they couldn't keep him because they already had too many cats. So we decided to take him instead. So there's probably some almost trauma when it comes to people chasing him, possibly. So we basically had to like try to catch him while walking, which was an annoyance. Thank God he decided to run around the house, and I just screamed at her mother to fucking go the other way and get him from the other side, which helped. Because he wasn't actually like attempting to fucking like rush. He was just like exploring as he usually does. But he didn't have the fucking leash. He just kept going. And then he got caught by my mom. That was fucking stressful. Like, I fucking warned her, and she just fucking went to it, because why the fuck listen to me? Ugh. I guess now I know where I have the tendency to act before thinking from.
小笠原くんが相手だとより顕著に距離音痴だね。
要するに皆星さんが小笠原くんにアタックしてるわけね。みんなしてさっきから何言ってるんだよ。
Asuho is shouting with a bright red face. You're amazing, Asuho.
どういう意味だよ。
When it comes to closing the distance, there certainly are the effects the others just mentioned, but it also makes it easier for you to get hurt. The fact that you draw near others nonetheless shows that you have courage. I find that amazing.
そうかな。
Absolutely. That was something I couldn't hope to do. That went double for when I was a kid. begin with, there's nothing bad about being close to others.
でもようちゃんに逃げられた。な
I'll try not to.
らよし。
Also, his expression changes to a satisfied one.
小ヶ坂さんのナイスフォローですね。
とりあえず麻生くんには誰彼構わず距離を近くしないように気をつけてほしいかな。
接客の時には気をつけてるんですけどね。
I reckon people would feel quite awkward if they suddenly found a maid a couple of inches away from their face.
バカ話で遅くなったわ。まだお昼食べてないのに。
おかえりですか？
ええ、用は済んだし。じゃあね。
Izakaki leaves just like that.
邪魔者がいなくなったところで、テンクルの活動予定立てないとね。
Our dear Vice President is treating one of our members as a disruption.
麻生くんはそのうち小ヶ坂くん以外の全部員を邪魔者扱いしそうで怖いね。
テンクルは二人の愛の巣になるわけですね。
変なことばかり言ってると、だいぶ韓国しちゃうよ。
Today seems to be Asuho teasing day or something. Oh Lord. After talking things through, we settled on reserving. Well, after talking things through, we settled on reserving our stargazing sessions for Saturday nights. God! The following day, being a Sunday, when there was no school, I believe that's the right choice. Something I just remembered that I feel like talking about. Like, I talked about how I recently started rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, right? With the fucking, like, signers and dark signers. Like, the first fight between Yusei and the spider dark signer, where near the end of the battle, he decides, you know what, he's gonna be an asshole, fucking substitutes in Rally instead of himself to fight the duel. So it's a case of, okay, like, you win, Rally dies. Rally wins, you die. Have fun. And Rally is like, okay, time to kill myself. Which he does by using one-shot cannon's effect to destroy one card on the field, one monster on the field, and deal damage to the owner of the monster equal to the attack points. He decides to destroy the Earthbound Immortal Uru, which has 3,000, which would be death. And he does it and dies. And Yusei during the whole thing is like, no, don't fucking do it. Just defeat me. Just fucking kill me. Instead, like, don't fucking do this. Like, just offer me instead. Which, first off, fucking dumb idea. He's a signer, and that would literally doom everything. Rally as well. Like you're gone. He's just gonna die anyways. Then, second off, Yusei is a filthy fucking faker and liar. He had Stardust Dragon out! He could have negated the fucking effect from one-shot cannon! But he fucking didn't! He let Rally die! Oh, fuck. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let me look up the exact effect, and it's probably gonna be different from the anime, actually, the real card. As it so fucking often is. I don't know what I'm doing, and I just received some troubling news. Anyways, sorry. Turbo Cannon is the actual name. The anime name is like One Shot Cannon or something. God, I hate this website. This website is just the worst. It's like, okay, here's all the stats on the card, except we're not going to tell you the effect. Yeah. Once per turn, you can destroy one face-up monster on the field and inflict damage to its controller equal to half of its attack. Half? Oh, I guess it is different. God, this website sucks. Yeah, in the anime, it's equal to its attack. Nice. So yeah, basically, Raleigh uses that effect to destroy the Earthbound Immortal and kill himself. And Yusei just sits there with a fucking Stardust Dragon on the field and does nothing. Which is hilarious to me. I guess for Okaizumi, it will serve as a nice relaxation after going to his Saturday school classes in preparation for university entrance exams. Or so I figure.
僕は土曜スクールには出ないよ。レベルの高い大学を受験するわけじゃないからね。
Which place are you thinking of?
ナショナルエアロノーティクス&スペースアドミニストレーションだよ。
That sounds like a pretty big school. Like, I'm sorry that I'm continuously looking after the side. It's just messages and stuff like that. This is actually important.
それ
Basically, the Wednesday recording hinges on this. Why is someone in the comments asking me to shoot? Ah, okay, I see why they're asking me to shoot them. They made an Among Us joke. Shame on them.
略して NASA アメリカ航空宇宙局のことですね。
Well, for starters, NASA isn't a college. Plus, I feel like that's a lot more high level a place to get into than literally any university.
何にしろまだ先の話だよ。
The mystery about Okaizumi is that you can't determine whether he's joking or being serious.
ようちゃんは土曜スクール出るの？
I'll have to go to school anyway because of your stargazing sessions, so I guess I might as well.
ようちゃんが出るなら私も出ようかな。
あなたはどこのドイツですか？
その柄悪い職務質
それほど意外だったんです。
問。傷つくなあ。
小笠原くん、バイトの方はいいのかい？
Guess I'll attend Saturday school, work at Asu's place, and then go to the stargazing session at night.
とすると小笠原さんは毎週土曜日がアスホさん三昧になるんですね。
Tasty.
人を何かの食材みたいに言わないでよ。
She's acting angry, but actually looks happy. I suppose that 3-course Asuho meal day will become reality. I mostly spend my weekday evenings at Asuho's cafe. That is basically what I've been doing since summer break.
ようちゃん。
With all the customers gone for the time being, Asuho comes over and talks to me. Anyways, I can put this away now. There we go. With all the... I already read that.
これ新作メニューなんだけど、味見してみてくれる？
The dessert is on the tray in her hands. Pudding!
クレームブリュレだよ。甘いものは平気だよね。
Anything goes as long as it's not mayonnaise.
じゃあ、どうぞ。
Take a spoonful and
どう
taste
か
it.
な？
I really feel like the cream ooze out of the crispy surface and blend together with it on your tongue to create this absolutely exquisite
美
harmony
味
of...
しいか美味しくないかだけでいいから。
It's good.
本
Yeah, so good I'd like to eat all of it. Asuho laughs in an embarrassed way.
当？じゃあ、全部食べて食べて。
She puts the tray down on the table and we sit down across from each other. Maybe. Question, did you make this?
内緒だよ。
Asuho just waits for me to eat with a beaming smile. Yeah, in all likelihood, Asuho made this. I've gotten the chance to eat Asuho's cooking several times already, and I have to say, she's on par with a professional chef. And that isn't limited to just sweets, but applies to all dishes in general. Whoever winds up getting her as a girlfriend is gonna be one lucky guy. Wait, am I thinking less stuff? Why am I thinking stuff like
早
that?
く食べて食べて。
Right. Hardly shovel spoonful after spoonful into my mouth.
そんな急いで食べなくても。
I finish eating. Well, I couldn't help myself since it was so good. Quite the sugary sweet development, both inside my mouth and in terms of the
よう
mood.
ちゃん、口元にクリームついてる。
Where? If it is because I ate so damn fast.
取ってあげるね。
Arm reaches out towards me.
なんで逃げるの？
I can do it myself?
いいから。
No way. Take a napkin and wipe my mouth myself.
やってみたかったのにな。指で拭ってあげて、パクッとか。
She seems disappointed.
次のチャンスを待たないと。
Don't. That's super embarrassing.
そうかな。
Try and imagine how you'd feel if I did something like that to you.
確かに恥ずかしいね。
Well, I guess you could do that as a couple. But she and I are just friends.
ようちゃん、頭でっかちだもんね。
How'd you arrive at that?
そんなようちゃんだから、きっとこういう形の方がいいんだよね。
Saying also places an envelope on the table. What's
よう
that?
ちゃんのバイト代。
Huh. I already had my paycheck transferred to my bank account. I knew that because I checked my balance at the end of last
そ
month.
れはお父さんからのバイト代。これはね、私からのバイト代だよ。
Hold on. There's absolutely no way I can accept
う
that.
ん、受け取って。
She pushes the envelope towards me. I don't need it. Push it back.
うん、
Come on, spare me the dog
気
move.
にすることないのに。
Sure there is. To begin with, you giving me money is totally
変
weird.
じゃないよ。
I've properly received compensation for my work.
お父さんからは受け取れて、私からは受け取れないっていうの？
Well, I'm telling you, this is just weird. No, don't like silence and like, oh, no, this is weird. Just like, well, your dad is my employer. He is supposed to give me money for my work. You are my friend. I help you out of just the kindness of my heart.
変じゃないよ。
Look, I appreciate the sentiment here and all.
嬉しいなら受け取って。
She just won't take no for
よう
it.
ちゃん、勘違いしてる。これはね、今までの仕事に対する報酬じゃないんだよ。これからの仕事に対する報酬なの。
Asuho continues
中
formally.
には2時間分の時給が入ってる。これで、ようちゃんの2時間を私にちょうだい。
I don't quite
頭
follow.
でっかちのようちゃんだから、こういう形の方がいいかなって。今夜、ようちゃんの2時間を私が買う。その2時間で一緒に星見したいんだ。
I'm dumbstruck. I can only heave his deep sigh. You're such a dumbhead, I swear.
バカバカってなんだよ。
Look, you don't need to pay me or anything for me to go stargazing with you. I'd obviously be just fine with doing that. Asuho wavers for a moment before
そう
responding.
かな。
Yeah!
でも、
Asuho, finding myself at a loss, I ask her, what are you acting all distant for? You were the same way this morning, too. When I think back, there have occasionally been times where Asuho acts like this. Even though she's the leader of the group, the mood maker who always pulls everyone along, there are rare occurrences. I've always wanted to go to school together with a boy. I've always wanted to visit the house of a boy. I've always wanted to see how it is to link arms with a boy. And these roundabout phrases also stem from a reservation.
私、そんな風に見えてた？
Yeah, it's really weird for someone like you. Hold on.
そうかな。
I do.
なんでそう思うの？
You always approach others proactively. You're a courageous girl, and I guess that's what allows you to do that. Didn't I already say this back in the club room? I need to go take a piss. Be right back. And I'm back and somewhat confused because I just saw that I got a fucking an email from a person called Yuna Stronov about fucking like a fucking review copy for goddamn like Dark Deity, some bullshit like that. I don't fucking know. I'd have to look up the goddamn game to see what it's about. It's like, I'm gonna just read out the fucking email. Like, it's sent by a Yuna Smirnov. The High Beast of Barbarians via Hold. Dark Deity, the turn-based tactical RPG inspired by the genre's golden era from developer Sword and Axe, calls this cavalry is already misspelled onto Nintendo Switch today, and the dev team would like you to be one of the first to join the fray. This one is for all the Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade, and Final Fantasy Tactics GBA fans. Someone finally heard you. Fellow Brookstead Military Academy recruits as they are thrust into a war brewing for nearly 1,000 years in their search for allies. Dark Deity brings TRPGs back to the roots of the genre. The Nintendo Switch version debuts a beautiful environmental, graphical, and gameplay makeover. Charge into battle with more than 320 rebalanced weapons, spells, and skills to equip on a range of 50 customizable classes. Get to know the iconic cast with 30 playable characters voiced by English talent like Kira Buckland, Nier Automata, Persona 5 Strikers, and watch bonds bloom on the battlefield, leading to more than 450 character interactions, resulting in dozens of romantic and platonic relationships. Would you like a Nintendo Switch key to dive into the world of Dark Deity? If so, please fill out the form below and reply to this email with your preferred region, and we will get you a key as soon as they become available. Best... It's not even best regards, just best. Yuna Smirnov, Stride PR for Freedom Games. Yuna at stridepr.com. And it's like, this sounds like a scam. this sounds like a scam. Like, it would be hilarious if they actually wanted me for some weird PR action, but at the same time, I don't consider myself large enough to where I think companies would come to me for stuff like this, especially because this sounds like it's quite ambitious. So why would they come to me? Like, why? Yeah, I'm so like this. Like, I'm gonna like try to find if like either Stride PR, Freedom Games, or Sword and Axe and Sword, Sword and Axe have like a Twitter account and just contact them about this email, about asking like basically like, okay, either one, thanks, or two, you may need to take care of a scammer. Like, because it just sends all the alarm bells in my head going fucking 1,000 miles a minute. Yes, they run. That's how they make noises. They just run in a fucking circle constantly. It's pure chaos. It's my fucking head. Of course it is. Because like I'm just sitting here like this is a scam. This is a scam. That like they would not actually contact somebody that's as small as me to get in on some PR action. Like the game does look quite interesting. It does look like some sort of like proper like strategy game a la Fire Emblem that I would most likely be fucking terrible at. But the kind that I've wanted to try for quite some time at this point. But yeah, I'm just like I am highly suspicious. I don't trust this. Maybe it's just that I was raised to be almost too cautious. But yeah, it's just like no, like I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Like I'm gonna fucking contact them after this. I'm gonna not just so I fucking remember. I'm gonna just keep the fucking email open just so I don't fucking forget, because I probably would forget about it if I didn't, because I suck at this. I mean, here's the thing. This one sounds like a lovely game to play on stream. Like, that's the most, like, that part is the most fucking, like, that's the part that's most problematic. Because, like, it came at a time where it's like, fuck, what do I stream? Because I can't fucking stream action games with the goddamn stream, like, with the fucking input delay from the Elgato. Because I can't view it on the actual screen instead of through the Elgato screen capture, while also having the sound for me and for the stream at the same time. It doesn't fucking work. I don't know why it doesn't. Maybe I'm just fucking retarded. That's probably it, honestly. But hey, not much I can do. Like in this fucking situation, they're like, here's a perfect game for stream. And I'm like in a financial situation, like I said, where it's like, if they want to give me like a review key for that, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like if I'm enjoying the game, and I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of that. It's just a case of This sounds like a scam! Oh, Lord help me. Am I wrong? You deny us flatly. Really? A huge wave of dejection washes over me.
ようちゃんが悪いんじゃないし。だけど、そっか。そういう風に見えちゃうのか。それもしょうがないか。
Also, smile contains a speck of resignation. I don't quite get it, but sorry anyway.
ようちゃんが悪いんじゃないんだってば。ただ、私はそういう意味で人に近づいてるんじゃないの。だから私は積極的じゃないの。勇気もないの。どっちかっていうと、真相の令状みたいな感じ？今、どこがだって思ったでしょ。
Also wondering whether you're just teasing me.
うん。
Exhaustion hits me.
バイト代、いらないの？
Of course not.
星見は？
Sure, that's something that's just natural for me to do.
展望台の彼女さんを探したいから？
No,
メアちゃんに会いたいから？
because I want to see the stars together with you.
優しいね。
Yeah, you're acting strange today.
そんなことないよ。
Yes, you are, I promise you.
じゃあ、それでいいよ。
I feel like she's kind of evading the issue. Proactive Asuho and the reserved Asuho. Which one is the real Asuho? Yeah, it's gonna be an issue of the conflict is gonna be that she does not fucking believe him for a second that he would go out with her over like trying to find the lookout girl again. Or is it that both of them are her, just different faces?
展望台、無事到着だね。
Again, lovely outfit. Adore it. Wonder how many times that makes by now.
わかんないけど、秋の星見は初めてだね。
Since Barigasaki is located in the north, the temperature falls once September comes around, so we are already wearing our autumn clothes. I don't know whether it is because of the air is cooler or what, but the night sky is full of clear starlight.
雨警報もお休みしてる。絶好の星見日和だよ。
Also starts to jauntily assemble the telescope. Usually it'd go look for me now, but I'll help you. I crouch down next to Asuho.
いいの？
No reservations, that's not like you.
だって。
If Maya wants to stargaze with us, I'm sure she'll come out on her own. And I reckon that even if she doesn't show herself, she'll be watching us from some tree branch. In her mind, she probably thinks of that as stargazing with us.
じゃあ、私課題やるから、赤道儀お願いしていい？
Sure thing. Fix the equatorial mount on the tripod also is set up. Following that, we set in place the telescope's tube, attach the finder and lens, and plug in the remote control for the auto search function. All that is left is to wait 30 minutes.
一緒に準備したの初めてだね。
Well, we already did that during our stargazing sessions.
星見では初めてだよ。
Unlike on the rooftops, here at the lookout, I was always off looking for Mare. And that also meant searching for the lookout girl. I've always wanted to ask you this. The lookout is veiled in tranquility. She and I casually talk while sitting on the grass. Why do you love the stars? As we do, we look up above at the myriad of stars she loves so.
ようちゃんは展望台の彼女さんの影響だよね。
Yeah.
私はお父さんなんだ。
Slowly also begins to recite her tale.
子供の頃、きっと 物心つく前からも私はお父さんから星座にまつわるおとぎ話を聞かされてたの。子守歌代わりだったのかもしれない。私をあやす意味合いだったのかもしれない。だけどそんなのはどうでもよくて、私はお父さんの語る星座の神話が好きだった。だから天体観測も好きになった。星が大好きになったんだよ。
Also wraps up her story with that. Her dad was the president of Hibari High's astronomy club, right?
それだけじゃないよ。お父さんは天文学者だったんだよ。
From astronomy club member to astronomer. I guess you could say that was a dream come true for him.
でもやめちゃったんだ。天文学者を辞めて喫茶店を始めたの。ようちゃんが引っ越してから結構すぐだったかな。
That would explain why I didn't recognize the place when we first went there after coming back to Ibarigasaki. Why exactly did he quit?
わかんない。お父さん何も話してくれないから。
Did he used to work at the astronomy at that closed down? Probably that. It's gonna be a case of the observatorium that they had, whatever, that closed down because the director went away. He worked there, but instead of moving away to work somewhere else and tearing her away from all her friends that she built up over the time she spent there already since she was born, he decided to stay there, just open a cafe and stuff like that. It's gonna be something like that, I feel. After that, the two of us silently gaze up at the starlit night sky for a while. Like back in August, though, we can't see any shooting stars. I don't know why I did that. Today, regular classes start back up. After going through the same schedule of classes as in the first term, our teacher informs us during afternoon homeroom about the upcoming school festival, commonly referred to as the Hibari Festival. The Hibari Festival will be held over the course of 2 days, the 7th and 8th of October. We are really told it's a date, which I'm guessing is because it's still a month away.
こういう話聞くといよいよ秋って感じがするね。
I'm kind of surprised the school festival isn't held on Culture Day. The 8th of October happens to be Health and Sports
文
Day.
化の日って11月だし、それだと寒いから早めにやるんじゃないかな。
ひばりが崎は北の町ですからね。
Makes sense.
ひばりさん、今から楽しみだな。
I remember you being the exact same way around Summer Festival. I don't know whether there'll be booths like the shooting range, gulcher scooping, but I reckon also plans on enjoying herself to the fullest. Do students prepare programs and stuff?
もちろんだよ。なかったら学園祭じゃないもん。
Preparations haven't started yet, yeah?
2週間前くらいから本格的に始まると思うよ。
と言っても姉さんのような生徒会役員の方々は実行委員として早くから動いているんじゃないでしょうか。
Yeah, I remember her saying that they'd have their hands full.
皆星もクラス委員だし、俺たち一般生徒よりは忙しいんじゃねえか。
仕事は生徒会の連絡をクラスに伝えるくらいだし、そうでもないよ。
Oh, were you class rep last year
っ
too?
ていうか、小学校の時からだよ。
You do it every year?
立候補してるわけじゃないんだけどね。
いつも推薦で選ばれていますよね。
Yes, that speaks to us as character. What kind of stuff goes on at anybody's school festival night, by the way? I just remember the time once that I got close to being one of the class representatives in my school, and it was 100% not just because like they thought it did a good job. It was 100% just because they thought, hey, it'd be probably really fucking funny if we just let chaos reign and put him in. Ended up not going for me though. Like for me, it was also a case of I just threw my name in for the sake of it. Because why the fuck not? I never got fucking chosen. Probably for the better. I probably would have done a shit job.
普通の学園祭だと思うよ。クラスでお店出したり、部活でもお店出したり。
部活は出し物の方が多いですよ。演劇部では演劇を、英検では映画を上映するのが常ですし。
ひばり祭大賞ってのもあるな。クラスや部活の企画の中で一番優れてたのが選ばれるんだ。
I wonder what we'll be aiming for.
そして2日目の夜にはフィナーレとしてファイヤーストームがありますね。
Did you just fucking call a bonfire firestorm? The fuck?
高野祭ってやつだな。
フォークダンス踊るんだよね。自由参加だからやる人あんまりいないみたいだけど。
そりゃあ男女ペアじゃな。
フォークダンスを踊る2人は恋人を宣言しているみたいなものですからね。
私たちも去年は不参加だったもんね。
According to what they've told me, it doesn't seem all that different from the school festivals I experienced back in the city. Except for the after party at the end, that is. A huge bonfire kinda sounds neat. I'm a bit interested to see it.
都会の学校ではなかったんだ。
Nope. They'd come up, but permission never came through. Our sports field was too small or something.
まあ狭いと危険だろうからな。
でしたら小ヶ坂さん、せっかくですし参加してみたらどうですか？
Well, if there's a girl for me to dance with, then sure, I guess. I'd be plenty satisfied just watching the...
ようちゃん、踊る相手いないの？
Well, obviously not. Keep in mind, it's only been 2 months since I started here.
そうだね。
There it is again. It's one unhappy smile I've been seeing out of often as of late.
ハスオさん、チャンスなんじゃないですか？
何がだよ。
皆まで言わなければいけませんか？
絶対言わないで。
小ヶ坂、もし誰かに誘われたら踊るんだろう？
アスカ君も何聞いてるんだよ。
I don't really have a reason to say no.
そうなの？
Distance, please. I almost fall out of my chair.
断らないのでしたら小ヶ坂さんの身柄は早い者勝ちになりますね。
Make it sound like some sort of bargain sale.
早い者勝ち。
ハスホさん、迷っている暇はありませんよ。
なんで私を名指しなんだよ。
Well, it's because she always gets so flustered in these situations that me and the others can read her like an open book. What exactly do I never know how I should react? Putting the folk dance aside for now, what about the club? Are we doing anything? Something that like, I completely forgot to fucking talk about the hell, like, oh, he seems very interested in the bonfire. Like, yes, arson. This is the face of an arsonist. I'm left with no choice but to change the
テ
subject.
ンクルの出し物はいいとして小ヶ坂さんはフォークダンスを踊りたい相手はいないんですか？
But Kosume impishly returns the conversation back to what it was before.
そうだね。テンクルの出し物は近いうちに考えよっか。
ハスホさんはなぜ恋路にだけ消極的なんでしょう。
Kosume appears unhappy. You doing anything for the occult circle?
俺か？サークルは部活と違って部屋を借りられないから出し物はむずいんだよ。
人数も少ないもんね。
サークルの方は校庭で模擬店というのが多いですよね。
どうせなら都市伝説について展示でもしたいところなんだけどな。
Did you find anything new?
いや全然。だから今年は客として楽しませてもらうつもりだ。
これでひばり祭大賞の敵が一つ減ったね。
なんだよ、狙ってるのか？
だって大賞を取れば商品として部費がアップするんだから。
去年の自作プラネタリウムは好評でしたけど、大賞には届かなかったんですよね。
だから今年こそは受賞して部費ゲットだからね。
Asuho's eyes are blazing with fire. Also, what is our class doing?
ひばり校は部活が盛んだからね。部活に所属してない生徒がクラスの出し物やることになるんだけど、人数少ないからサークルレベルだよ。
クラスが大賞を取っても部活と違って賞状をもらえるくらいですし、賞を狙うクラスはいないのが普通なんです。
私たちテンクルの敵じゃないよね。
出し物は結局のところ人数勝負だろうが、運動部に勝てるとは思えねえな。
そんなことないよ。アイデア勝負でだって十分太刀打ちできるんだから。
In that competitive spirit, I recall my school festivals back in the city and how our class banded together and worked really hard to make everything as good as possible. Like anybody high, it was a competition between classes rather than clubs, but it was the same in essence. We're winning that prize also.
ようちゃんもやる気になっ
I've been from the start.
た？ようちゃんってクールだから行事にも冷めてるのかと思ってた。
Come off that way.
うん、昔はそうだったし、今も変わったところはあるけど、やっぱり同じところの方が多いかなって。
まあ冷めてる方だとは思うな。
冷静沈着ですよね。あの時だって。
Cosmed's words trail off as though she's referring to that time when I confronted her to protect Mare.
小ヶ坂さんは私に対して冷静に対処していたと思いますよ。
From my perspective, it was you. You were so composed in that situation. It was almost scary.
いえ、私は姉さんに言われた通り泣いていただけです。
The other two are so fucking confused.
何のお話？
いずれ小ヶ坂さんが教えてくれると思いますよ。
By me.
ハショウさんと付き合うことになれば隠し事は避けるべきだと思いますから。
なんですぐそっちの話になるんだよ。
Seconded. Also, aren't we doing our lodging thing before the school festival?
そうだね。9月の連休入る前にこももちゃんに申請しないと。
That's when we have to respect for the age day on Monday, yeah?
合宿にひばり祭に行事の秋って感じだね。
小ヶ坂さんも麻生さんも先が思いやられますね。
見てるこっちがイライラするぜ。
I suppose the two of them kept instigating like this for Asuho's sake. Then my own feelings are secondary. So does the question of whether or not I actually love Asuho matter? Or is it the others already have the impression that I have a thing for her? How do I actually feel? Am I in love with her?
小ヶ坂さんがシアンモードに入ってしまいました。
I like to think that he's just randomly suddenly sitting on like one of the fucking chairs, full on like thinker pose.
ようちゃん、今日はバイトどうする？
Asuho draws her face near and asks, "Are we already done with the club?"
土曜日に天体観測できるようになったし、平日はなるべく店のお手伝いしようかなって。それにひばり祭の準備が始まってもお手伝いできなくなるから、今のうちにやってお父さんの機嫌取っておかないとね。
In that case, I'll join you.
小ヶ坂さん、アスホさんと距離が近くなっても逃げませんでしたね。
Well, I said I'd try not to.
いやいやに聞こえて複雑だけど。
そんなことはありませんよ。
Cosme triumphantly
小ヶ坂さん、
claims.
頬がほんのり赤いですからね。
I turn away.
恋に関してだけはクールじゃないのかもしれませんね。
Prying is poor taste, that's your own motto.
私のこれはただのおせっかいですから。
Smooth words make smooth ways. Incidentally, Asuho is also blushing. Probably more so than me.
ようちゃん、今日も新しいメニュー作ってみたんだけど。
Are you gonna try to fucking pay me again? Please don't. Also waits for things to die down and comes over with a tray.
さあ、食べて食べて。
Now that the fucking situation is rising up, I can't fucking calm down without checking shit. I'm so fucking panicky about it now. What the fuck? What the fuck? Highly confused about that one. Anyways, the conversation about that topic apparently stopped now, so all I can do is search the Twitter afterwards. I'm is it necessary to make that many new dishes?
そうでもないよ。
And why do you make them?
いいからいいから。
Is cooking actually a secret hobby of yours?
料理は好きだよ。3番目くらいに。
You guess a star steak the top spot, huh?
私は2番だよ。
So what's first? Come on, no blush on me there. So, there's some Mont Blanc.
さつまいもを使って仕立ててみたの。
Oh. Silence befalls us, making the situation awkward. Let's see then. When would I take a bite to smile for finding blossoms on Asuho's face?
どうかな。
Flavor sweetness of chestnut and the artless sweetness of sweet potato blend together in the creamy mixture and creates this absolutely exquisite dance of harmony on my tongue that
美味しいか美味しくないかだけでいいから。
it's good. He's like he's trying to go full like food wars food critic bullshit. But she's like, I'm not having your shit right now.
本当？
Yeah, can I have the rest? Sit down and eat the rest. Asuho is staring at me, all smiles. Or rather than me, she's mainly staring at my mouth. Are you waiting for a chance?
何のこと？
There's no shred of doubt that she is utilizing my folk skills. I eat the Mont Blanc in a well-mannered fashion.
ようちゃん、口元。
I wipe my mouth with a napkin before Asuho can. She isn't happy. That was great, thanks. And there she goes, all smiles again. One push of the right button is enough to make her do a complete 180.
食器片付けてくるね。
Fuck. She says in a joyful tone and leaves with a spring in her step. If Asuho had a tail, I'm positive she would be wagging it.
今娘が子犬に見えたような。
Oh, you too. You must be seeing things.
悪いね小笠君。味見係までさせてしまって。
Oh no, they are all incredibly delicious.
上達はしてるだろうね。夜遅くまで練習してるから。
I already had a feeling that was the case.
麻生は接客もあるから厨房を任せるつもりはないんだけどね。新作と言ってるのも僕の仕事を手伝うためじゃないんだろうし。
I'm sorry.
なぜ謝るんだい？
Getting asked why I make things wrong.
何を気にしてるのか知らないけど、僕は口うるさくするつもりはないから。勉強だって部活だって恋愛だって店の手伝いだって 麻生に無理強いしてるつもりはないんだよ。
She started helping out of her own accord when she couldn't bear to watch her dad being that busy. That's what I heard
ただ
before.
親として手伝ってくれるのは嬉しいから続けてもらってるけどね。だから麻生が辞めたいと言えば反対するつもりはないんだ。
Is that the reason you were looking for a part-timer?
麻生のためだったんだけどね。けど君が来てから逆に手伝ってくれる時間が増えたな。
Sorry.
だから君が謝る必要はないんだ。むしろ感謝しているくらいだよ。君と一緒だと麻生は楽しそうだからね。
At this point, I'm unable to respond in any way, but with a
特に最近は楽しそうにしてるね。テンクルが部になったそうじゃないか。
right. As a graduate, it was an astronomy club. That was something he was concerned with. I hear he used to be a professional astronomer.
麻生から聞いたのかい？
Yeah, she seemed kind of upset over the fact that she quit. He then smiles wryly. I'd love to hear about what it was like sometime. How should I say this? Being an Astro Circle member, I'm kind of curious, of course.
天文学に関してなら
I guess.
ひばり校には天文部の顧問だった先生がまだ勤めているはずだ。彼に聞くといい。
Like to hear things from you as well.
もう過去のことだからね。
He responds evade.
星座の神話も忘れてしまったよ。
You're fucking lucky I can't find my mace right now. I can hear you loud and clear. Jesus, what are you trying to do? Wake the whole neighborhood.
だってねちなみにさっきしのさんに呼ばれてお話ししてたんだけどね、お兄ちゃんなんで今日は帰りが遅かったのか聞かなきゃいけなくなったんだよ。
While work dragged on a little bit. Not only we kind of flooded with customers, there was also the fact that I was being treated to various new dishes by Asuho. Don't Shino tell you to ask me or what?
それはちなみの口からは言えないよ。しのさんとの約束はお兄ちゃんとの兄弟の絆くらい強固だからね。
Yeah, about that. See, I've kind of gotten tired of being your brother and all.
強固な絆が糸電話の糸より簡単にちぎれそうだよ、お兄ちゃん。
Could you stop calling me Oni-chan? It's kind of weird having some girl who isn't even my sister call me that.
やだお兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんだもん。ちなみにお兄ちゃんって呼ばれないお兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんの風上にも置けないお兄ちゃんなんだもん。
Sounds like she's literally trying to say Oni-chan as many times as possible in one sentence. Don't tell me Onchino figured out that I've been working.
わからないけどちなみは言ってないよ。
Whenever I come home late because of work, I generally cover things up by saying it was because of club. Make sure you keep doing that.
口止め料は
Is this enough?
拳握って迫ってくるのは高確率でグリグリだから口止め料は辞退するよ、お兄ちゃん。
At any rate, Onchino has begun to notice that I have a part-time job.
お兄ちゃんがバイトしてるのってしのさんに食費渡すためだよね。
Pretty much, yeah.
もしそういうこと考えてバイトしてるならすぐ辞めてほしいってしのさん言ってたよ。お兄ちゃんにそれとなく聞いてみてくれない
Very
かって。
indirect, Chino-me. Wait, didn't you promise you wouldn't tell me?
本当はね、言うかどうかはちなみに任せるって話だったの。それが約束だったんだよ。
So you chose to tell me.
どうせお兄ちゃんちなみが何言ってもバイト辞めないと思うし。
I'm glad you understand, sister.
これでも長年の付き合いだからね。
If Onchino asks you again, you can just tell her that I have a part-time job.
そうなの？
Well, I feel like trying to hide it any further would just make her worry.
でもしのさんバイト反対すると思うよ。
No worries, I'll just tell her I'm not working in order to pay for our food expenses when it comes up. There actually is another reason, so I won't technically be
なん
lying.
て答えるの？
I'm doing it to save up for a telescope to use for club.
お兄ちゃん天体望遠鏡欲しいんだ。
Nah, I thought I told you.
聞いたような聞いてないような。
I definitely won't be able to get one in time for our club lodging thing that is planned for this month. Even so, we will still be doing plenty of stuff after that. So essentially, I want to get myself my own telescope someday. That wish has grown stronger each time I'm stargazing together with Asuho.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみも UFO 観測用の望遠鏡を買うためにまたメイドさんになっていいかな。
I suppose you won't need pocket money if we're gonna work.
ちなみの将来の夢はお兄ちゃんからお小遣いをもらいながら生涯を送ることだから、メイドさんはパスするね。
It is on that early fall night that I learned that there is a girl near me in serious risk of turning into a NEET. I was wondering who it could possibly be here this early in the morning, but turns out it is just Asuho.
今日は土曜スクールだよ。覚えてた？
Nope, I didn't. Could I possibly forget my imminent 3-course Asuho menu? And I also remember that this will mark our 3rd time going to school together. Asuho has an embarrassed smile on her face.
いい天気。これなら夜の活動も行けるかな。
Yep, if the sky stays clear, we'll get the first stargazing session of this term.
そして来週にはテンクル初の合宿だね。
Incidentally, we've already passed Hizukaki the application for that. After inspection by the student council, they will discuss it with the teachers, and if they then give the okay, we can have our lodging. Supposedly the decision will come next week.
こももちゃん、テンクルに合宿させないようにわざと不許可に持ち込んだりしないかな。
She's a member of this club herself, you gotta trust her.
信用したいのは山々だけど、長年培ったこももちゃんへの恨みつらみが邪魔するんだよ。
It appears to be something like a conditioned reflex. Have you been butting heads with her since your first year?
うん。テンクルに入部したての頃かな。こももちゃん、いきなり部室に乗り込んできて宣戦布告したんだよ。サークルなのに部室使うな。即刻立ち去れ。さもなくば廃部にする。これは生徒会からの勧告よって。
And you refuse.
うん。これ、こももちゃんとの出会いでもあるんだよね。
Yikes.
だから考えてみると、こももちゃんとは出会ってからずっと喧嘩ばかりの気がする。
Found yourself a good rival there.
犬猿の仲ってよく言われてたよ。
You'd be the dog and Hizukaki the cat, I guess.
なんで私が犬の方なのか知らないけど。
Would you rather be the cat?
うん。
See, you're the dog. Well, it's not like you actually hate Hizukaki,
どう
right?
だろう。好きじゃないけど嫌いでもないかも。
I think the same's true for her. She doesn't exactly hate you or anything. Their fights never get to stool me. Instead, watching them fight actually makes you smile. That was why Kosame also joined the Astro Circle. Guess she got to see that side of her sister by tagging along with Asuho. Our Astro Circle's probably flourishing, I'd say.
どうしたのいきなり。
I just kind of thought that the current Astro Circle isn't any inferior to the old astronomy club.
そうだね。一度は潰れかけたテンクルを岡泉先輩が守ってようちゃんが部に戻してくれたんだもんね。
Well, not by myself. It was a group effort.
ようちゃんが入部してくれなかったらテンクルは廃部になってたと思うな。
That would also be thanks to Oi, then.
素直に褒められとけばいいのに。
Never. Asuho snickers a little. Asuho is the one who leads our astronomy circle. I'm sure it is because we have someone as positive and cheerful as her around that our Astro Circle is still alive. Saturday school starts off, and it only took moments for Asuho to slump over prostrate on her desk. Almost like she's telling the rest of the kids there she never even came here to study. As a matter of fact, she's only here to nap. With Asuho dozing off next to me as over the problems on the handout we receive. We enter break soon after, but Asuho still shows no sign of waking up. Did she pull another all-night at the practice Kirkin? Making new dishes and whatnot? Well, if she gives me anything, I'll make sure to eat it. If that makes her happy, I'll gladly do it every day. As such, I choose not to wake her up right now.
土曜スクールあっという間に終わったね。
I suppose to Asuho, it did actually go by in what seemed to be a blink of an eye. You're about to go to the cafe, right? I was gonna come work too.
それがね、お父さん夕方から入ってくれればいいって言ってた。いつもはすぐ手伝ってほしそうなこと言うのに、どんな風の吹き回しなんだろう。
I remember him telling me that he didn't want to force Asuho into helping him. Suppose there's a manifestation of that.
だからさ、夕方まで時間あるし、それまで遊ぼ
What do you suggest we do?
う。なんでもいいよ。したいことある？
Nothing comes to mind
よ
right
うちゃ
away.
ん、ひばりが崎の街は歩いてみた？
Gotta think of it. I haven't had the time to take a good look yet.
私と一緒に観光す
That actually sounds pretty nice. The only sightseeing spots I've been to are the lookout and the shopping district in front of the station. Alright then, can I ask you to be my guide for the day?
る？まずは私の店でお昼食べてからね。
I anticipated that, and as such prepared lunch for Chinami and Aunt Chino in advance. Make our way down the hill. Just a question also.
何？
Kinda noticed you're always walking on my right. Any reason for that?
そう？
Yeah.
偶然じゃないかな。
And your desk is also to my
そ
right.
れは先生がそうしたんだよ。私クラス委員だから転入生の面倒を見てくれって頼まれて。
That's what I figured it was.
私クラス委員やっててよかったかも。そう思ったの2度目だけどね。
Don't ask her why. To be more precise, I can't ask her why. Instead, ask her something else. When was the first time? For some reason, she blushes. Damn it, I avoided asking her about the second time exactly because I was afraid of this. Now this was a pitfall too. This must be the most awkward walk back from school I've ever experienced. Well, knowing Asuho, I'm sure she'll be back to her normal self right away.
ようちゃん、今日のお昼は何食べたい？
By the time we reach the shopping district, Asuho is back to her usual self. I'm free to choose.
お店のメニューからね。
Pretty sure it'll be the same no matter what I pick. Even though it will ultimately be the same, she never prepared the same thing for me twice. Every single time it is something completely new.
私もっと料理の腕上げたいな。どんな料理作っても美味しいって言われるようになりたいな。
Her tone of voice is gentle and her expression even more
そ
so.
うなったら何頼んでもいいからね。
My heart starts to beat faster with Asuho directing those warm feelings towards me. Don't push yourself too hard though. I don't let my unrest show in my
別
voice.
に無理してるわけじゃないのに。
You love cooking, yeah?
3番目にね、作るのもそうだけど美味しいって言われるとやっぱり嬉しいからね。
I hate this fucking background just because of the fucking screaming off screen! We reached the front of Milky Way.
食べて一休みしたら観光だね。
Yeah.
どこか行きたいとこあれば行ってね。
I think about it. Immediately, one place surfaces inside my mind. It won't count as sightseeing, but if there is a store that carried telescopes, I'd like to check it out. In that case, also suddenly yells out just as I'm about to tell her. Also puts her hand behind her ear.
なんで？午前中はなかったのに。
What's wrong?
降っちゃうの。
A rain alarm, I suppose. I look up at the sky. One section of the sky is covered by heavy clouds, but it is mostly
多分
clear.
この感じ天気雨だ。
Something hits my cheek.
それも結構強い。
Drop after drop splashes onto the asphalt. The rain has started.
夜からテンクルの活動あるのに。
But aren't sun showers really short? The moment I say so, you hear the loud roaring of thunder in the
天
distance.
気雨の次は夕立が来そうだよ。
But an evening shower won't last long either, right? Next thing I feel a strong gust of wind. Next thing I feel a strong gust of wind. The amount of heavy clouds increases, and the sky that was clear just a second ago becomes covered in dark clouds.
夕立の次は
While Asuho is whining, it starts to rain for real. Asuho, let's find shelter inside! Pulling Asuho by the hand, they hurriedly storm inside the cafe. Even after we finished lunch, the rain shows no sign of stopping. Usually, when the season transitions from summer to fall, you have a brief period of long rains. Seems that also holds true for a town as high up north as Hibarigasaki.
秋の長雨か。
Also absentmindedly gazes out the window. While the initially heavy rain has let off, the rain still continues to drizzle periodically, just like a black curtain barring the stage for stargazing.
神様のバカ。
Also has changed to her cafe uniform. The sightseeing tour we'd planned for the afternoon has also been cancelled incidentally. Chinabaso, time for work. Don't be so moody. Come on, you're putting that cute face of yours to waste. She blushes.
私、可愛いの？
Yeah. It's really hard to say yes when the person asks you like that directly.
こももちゃんより可愛い？
Skaki's drop dead gorgeous, but I'd say you have her beaten in terms of cuteness, if nothing else. What did I even do to get that?
ねえ、ようちゃん。
Also removes the hand she has on the window and moves slightly closer.
もし、私が。
Her words trail off right away. Yeah? Her eyes are glued downward.
なんでもなかった。
She passes me, then disappears into the kitchen. What's that about? Feels like she wanted to say something, but couldn't. It eats at me, but at the same time, I also feel like I don't want to hear what is coming next. God, I really need to get my shit together. Far from being a model student. And now also has a crush on me, but I still feel like I don't get it. The rain never does stop. Still continuing to pour down even now. The night sky is without light. Stark clouds obscure the stars. The Astro Circle stargazing session is cancelled. Having finished informing the club members, Hoshizora flips her cell phone shut, puts her hands on her desk, and leans her body on her arms. Afterwards, she delves into thought. The person flickering in her mind is Kokosaka Yo. His reaction back during work. Sometimes he would act a bit awkward in response to things Asuho said. They were always words she never means to say, but ones that spilled from her inner mind. Asuho was sure that he's noticed, which is why he feels at a loss for how to respond. That's right. She's nothing more than a nuisance to him. Her approaches to him are unwanted.
そろそろやめにしないと。
She will only burden you by going on like this. It's past time for her to stop.
ようちゃん。
She thinks back upon what her life has been like since his transfer. Maybe, true enough, she has been exceedingly clingy towards him. She went and picked him up so they could go to school together. Visited his house. Enjoyed a beach trip together. Had fun at the summer festival together. And above all, she stargazed together with him. All those things would have been unthinkable back in elementary school.
私は、ようちゃんの友達になれたんだから。
In elementary, she wasn't even able to properly talk with him. She approached him as the class rep, trying to use that as a pretext to get closer to him, but he would only distance himself further. He would only give a curt reply when she tried saying things to him. He would look at her with questioning eyes as she kept approaching him unnaturally. During breaks, he would sit at his desk and read books. And when school was over, he'd leave the classroom right away. She had never once seen him smile. He felt so distant, so unreachable. Even if she chased after him, that wouldn't change things. He would disappear from sight. Sakayo was just too far out of her reach. Finally, that fear came to fruition. He moved away. Of course, she and the rest of the class didn't hear the news from him. In their morning homeroom, their teacher informed them out of the blue, which also absentmindedly accepted for what it was. Rather, maybe in all actuality, she hadn't accepted it. Her absent-mindedness was only because the truth had yet to truly sink in for her. Asa went home with the sensation of it as if walking in cotton wool, and returned to her room without really talking with her father, resting her hands on the table like she's doing now. Stayed like that for what felt like an eternity. Her thoughts aimlessly drifted around all the while. Eventually, however, something occurred to her. She had opened the drawer of her desk back then. Also proceeds to do the same and opens the drawer. Inside are 2 wish cards, her own and yours. After she failed to return it to him back then, she had placed it in there, closed it with a thud, before ultimately crying as the truth finally hit her. Also cries, reliving her memories from that time. She had come to understand. When she put away Yo's wish card inside the drawer as a kid, her affections had been left behind as nothing more than a fun childhood memory. Asa herself has long believed that was the trigger which finally caused her to understand what her feelings were. The consequence that meant that only after it had become something of the past, memories, did she realize her first love. Her first love will never come true. The moment she learned the face of her love had crumbled. It was something she very well must have known. And yet she's yearned for those past memories ever since meeting him again. That's right, she thinks. I'm only approaching him out of a yearning for that past love. So disgustingly selfish. So enjoying what? And it is that self-reflection which brings her to a conclusion. She decides to put an end to that yearning. Also swears to herself that she will only give it one more final go. She decides to stow away her first love inside a drawer of her heart, locking it away deep inside her where it belongs. With just the turn of a key like this.
岡泉先輩、これが屋上都市聴覚室の鍵になります。
拝借するよ。
The keys for the club activities pass over from Izakaki to Okaizumi. It is the day of our club lodging. We received permission during this week with no problem. After attending Saturday school in the morning, I worked at the cafe during the day, so I'd be free to stay overnight.
天気は良好。雨警報もお休み中。ついに来たよ、この時だ。今日がどんなに待ち遠しかったか。
So his eyes are glazed.
今週はずっと雨で一度も星見できなくて、放課後は店の手伝いしかすることなかったんだから。
私と岡泉先輩は部室でトランプしてましたよ。
見たかった DVD も消化して有意義な活動だったね。
部長にあるまじき低たらくですよ、先輩。せっかく天下のアブになったんですから。サークルでも部活でもどうせ雨の時期なんだし、ジメジメ引きこもってればいいじゃない。こももちゃん、なんでまだいるの？だから私も部員なんだけど。もう顔は出さないって言ってたのに。そのつもりだったけど、あなたたちが合宿やるなんて言い出すからしょうがなくよ。
So you're taking part too, huh?
私が部員になったのは監督のためだしね。合宿なんてあなたたちに任せられないわ。だから問題が起きないようにいやいや付き合ってあげてるだけよ。余計な一言がなければ歓迎してあげるのに。誰も頼んでないから。幽霊部員のくせに。余計な一言が多いのはそっちも同じね。
姉さんとお泊まり会なんて初めてです。
一緒に住んでるのに今更でしょ。そんなことは
ありません。銭湯で姉さんとお風呂を一緒できるんですから。
Be scared.
自宅と同じで一緒に入るつもりないから。
それでは私が参加する意味がありません。
小雨ちゃんって実は天体観測に興味ないのかな。
I'd already noticed that quite some time ago.
姉さんが私に裸を見せてくれないんです。子供の頃は全てを見せてくれたのに。
そういうこと言うから嫌なのよ。普通にしてるなら姉妹なんだし一緒してもいいけど。
誓って何もいたしません。
誓い破ったらお仕置きだからね。
テンクルの合宿がこのままだとユリ合宿に。
Asuho is drained. Well, our prayers were heard, and the weather forecast says we'd be in for a sunny weekend. We can just ignore those two and have our own fun.
私たちも一緒にお風呂。
Use your brain, please.
子がよ。
大胆です。
いつの間にそんな中に？
Can I explain myself? I meant enjoying stargazing. Obviously. How could you ever think I meant something else? Asuho has turned into a bright red statue.
風紀を乱したら即刻廃部にするから、そのつもりで。
Don't say that while staring at me!
他にも生徒会からの連絡事項だけど、
She's so free-wheeling.
さっきから話題になってるお風呂は商店街の銭湯を利用するか、家が近い人は一旦帰って入ってきてもいいから。
小笠原くんは簡単に家に帰れるね。
Same goes for Asuho.
では小笠原さんはアスホさんを自宅に招いてお風呂をご一緒するんですね。
How do you even arrive at these conclusions?
私の家で入ってもいいよ。
Asuho? Sure. Option, but here's the kicker. His house is closer.
貸すって意味でね。一緒じゃなくて。
Oh, right, the...
小笠原さんの心の舌打ちが聞こえました。
make up my thoughts, please.
葵くんも家が近いし帰れるね。
そういえば葵さんの姿が見えないけど、
彼女は朝が弱いそうですから遅刻かもしれません。
It's evening. It's evening.
もう夕方なんだけどね。
ようちゃん、うちで入る？
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. It naturally looked kind of questionable.
いつまでやってるのよ。まだ連絡が残ってるんだけど。
Sorry. I take the route of escape presented to me, upon which Asuho also quiets down. Although rather than quiet, she seems, what is it, sort of hounded, stumped.
じゃあ連絡を続けるわね。合宿は今日からの3日間。2泊だからあさってには解散するように。食事と就寝の場所はここ。外食も OK だからそのあたりは自由にしていいわ。ただ調理実習室で自炊はできないからね。生徒だけで火を扱うのは危険だから。布団や寝袋なんかの寝具は各自用意。保健室のベッドを使うのは衛生上許可できないからね。それと屋上の使用に時間制限はないけど、あまり遅くまで立ち入ってるのは感心しない。活動で使用しない部屋にもむやみに入らないこと。宿直の警備員にも連絡が入ってるから、もし巡回であったら挨拶くらいしなさいね。以上、連絡終わり。質問は？
私と姉さんのお布団は一組でよろしいでしょうか？
却下却下。ちゃんと2組持ってきてるし。っていうか、どんな質問よ。
Our bedding, change of clothes, and other daily necessities we'd brought were stowed away in the reference room. I had Onchino drive me here by car so I could get all my stuff in one trip, and it seems all the others did something similar.
他に質問は？
僕の代わりに部長をやらないかい？
その質問もどうなんですか？
うまく仕切っているからさ。
普段は麻生さんが引っ張ってくれるんですけどね。
Asuho, however, has been completely silent for a while now.
遅くなりました。
Aoi arrives on the scene, finally. Aoi, you're late.
任せてください。
Don't act like that's something to be proud of.
チームワークを乱すことには自信があります。
Damn, that's reassuring.
うざ。
What the hell? I actually went along with her and she gives me that?
葵さん、合宿中に風紀を乱す真似は慎みなさいね。
誰？
一応部員仲間なんだけど。
落ち着いてください、久垣小桃姉さん。思い出しました、小桃先輩。
名前は忘れたままでいいから。
Yuzakaki is acting quite selfish. At any rate, now the group is all present. Not now, the mayor won't be participating. Wasn't even able to get in touch with her. Haven't seen her much at all lately, which I guess is due to the rain.
部員がこれだけ集うと、ここも華やかになるね。
Okaizumi says so in an emotionally touched
存
way.
亡の危機にあったテンクルが、今では合宿を行うまでに。それだけで、この人生に悔いなしだよ。
I don't know why I've been reading from that. Weird. Our president is already satisfied before our club lodging has even started. Also, everyone's here now. What's the plan? A reaction.
連絡も伝え終わってやることやったし、私は宿題でも済ませようかしら。
若泉先輩、トランプと花札、どちらがいいですか？
僕は新しい DVD を借りてきたいところだね。
そろそろ帰ります。
Finally started a long way to club lodging, and things are beyond uncoordinated. Also, what's wrong? You've been kind of off in space for a while now.
なんでもないよ。
Doesn't look like nothing. I'll pursue the issue any further. I think she'll just return to her normal self once we engage in stargazing. Also, if we don't step up and organize things here, our club members are just going to go off and do whatever. Attention gathers on Asuho, proof that everyone wants her to take charge of things. With all eyes on her, Asuho waves for a second and then says, Our vice president nods at us.
それでは、これよりテンクルの合宿を開始します。
Nothing gets started without Asuho's call. By now, everyone in the club knows that.
ようちゃん、赤道儀お願い。
Sure, I'll put it on.
固定したら次は共闘だね。
Asuho and I assembled the telescope together. By the time the preparations are done, the rooftop is entirely veiled in darkness. One evening not too long ago, but then all of a sudden the sky rapidly darkened. The nights have become short. Listen. Shouldn't it be the days? Whoops. Yeah, I'm just stupid. The days have become short. As the sun disappeared below the uneven horizon of the town stretching out far below, far and wide, the stars finally came into view. At this moment, it really hits home that our sleepover has started. It really makes me feel like this trip will turn into a great memory, something I'll remember and look back on for years to come. That is how breathtakingly beautiful this nighttime sky is.
秋の星座って夏に比べると明るい星も少ないし、寂しい星座が多いんだよ。
I guess I finally have a thumbnail. Been holding out for one since I actually kind of wanted to make this part a shorter one.
だからちょっと物悲しく感じるかもしれないけど。
Around Tanabata, the Milky Way looks like fried bread, but right now it draws a slim, fleeting stream. Orihime and Higoboshi have been pushed away to the west of the sky and thus have stepped off the heaven's center stage.
だけどね、私は秋の星空が好きなんだ。四季の星座の中で一番好きなんだよ。だって秋の星座の神話はとてもロマンチックだから。
High up in the east shines Pegasus, helping in the forming of the square of fall. Below it you have Andromeda, which also contributes a point to the square.
アンドロメダ座の中には有名なアンドロメダ大星雲があるんだよ。肉眼でも見えるから探してみてね。このアンドロメダ座にカシオペア座、ケフェウス座、夏に流星群を観測したペルセウス座の4つは古代エチオピア王家の4星座って呼ばれてるんだ。どんな神話か聞きたかったら言ってね。アンドロメダ姫の恋物語を一晩中語って聞かせちゃうから。
I'm positive Asuho will continue to recite that stuff even if no one wants to hear it. That's just how much vigor she has. I'm relieved to see that she is back to form.
今夜の天体観測は皆星さんのディナーショーなの？
でしたら夕飯は屋上で食べることになりますね。
それでもいいけど、今夜のディナーはお父さんが用意してくれてるよ。
時間になったらみんなでアスホくんの喫茶店に移動の予定だよ。
お代はいらないからたくさん食べてね。そういうわけにいかないでしょ。ごちそうにならないと退部勧告するからね。どんな脅迫よ、まったく。
Will I get kicked out as well if I object?
ようちゃんも遠慮なんかしたらお父さんがバイトクビにするかもしれないよ。
Okay. I'd better just accept their kindness.
ではごちそうになった帰りにシャワーでも浴びてきます。
それがいいかも。
Does that mean we'll wrap up the stargazing early since we have to get there and get there and all?
そんなわけないじゃない。夜が明けるまで続けるつもりだよ。
Definitely a no.
生徒会役員として賛同しかねるわね。こももちゃん、まだいたんだ。あくまで私を退部させたいわけね。
姉さんがお堅いことばかり言うからですよ。合宿の間くらい天体観測を楽しみましょう。
まだ星は苦手なんだけどね。というか不純な動機で入部したあなたに言われたくないわ。ようちゃん、心配しなくたってね。私たちは夕食の時間も天体観測を続けられるんだよ。
How exactly?
こうやってだよ。
Also shows me a cutesy looking camera.
今日はね、みんなで天体写真を撮ってみようと思うんだ。これならご飯食べてる間もオート撮影できるからね。撮影の種類は静止撮影とか追尾撮影とかいろいろあるけど、まずは適当にやってみよっか。適当でいいんだ。
天体写真は慣れることが何より大切だからね。
Asuho and Okaizumi ready all the photography equipment such as a tripod, camera, platform, release, and film.
先に言っていただければ私たちもカメラを用意したんですけど。
思いついたの今日だったから。合宿はまだ続くし、やってみて気に入ったら明日持ってきてね。
Is it difficult with a cell phone camera?
望遠鏡とか三脚に取り付けるのは無理だけど、うまく固定できれば撮れるんじゃないかな。
大抵は真っ暗にしか映らないんだけどね。ただひばりが崎の星空は明るいからうまくいくかもしれない。
ちなみさんがいたら UFO 撮影に燃える展開ですね。
Why do I suddenly have a terrible feeling?
アスホくん、カメラとヒーターはセットしたよ。
それじゃあクランプ閉まってるか確認してからピントを合わせましょう。
Leaving the realist astrophotography to Asuho and Okaizumi, the rest of us each individually hold up our cell phones as we look at the night sky. It reminded me of Hoshizora Memoria again, this time Natsuki's route. God, I need to rewatch that again. I'm so fucking tired, help me. God! Why am I so low? Nah, I'm high again. At least middling, I suppose. Peering into the small viewfinder, I search for the fall square. Before taking a photo, I trace the four constellations of the ancient Ethiopian Empire's royal family that also taught us about one by one. Doing this almost makes me feel like I'm tracing the myths themselves. I reckon it would make for a pretty fantastical experience if those myths were to surface in my mind as I did that. But unfortunately, I don't know anything about Princess Andromeda. I can recite the Tadabata legend from memory, but unfortunately, Orihime and Hikuboshi are off stage at the moment. Still haven't found the lookout girl either.
りょうちゃん、どう？うまく撮れた？
Also walks up next to me on my right side and checks how I'm doing. Well, I haven't taken any photos yet.
撮影の準備終わったんだけど、よかったらこっちで撮ってみる？
No, I
も
can't.
ちろん、部員みんなに順番に撮ってもらおうと思ってたしね。だから、まずはようちゃんからだよ。
Also explains the things to me as I gaze into the finder and release the long exposure shutter. The starry sky is really dark compared to broad daylight, so apparently it is necessary to leave the shutter open for an extended amount of time to have the starlight accumulate on the camera's CCD. Know that one. Fucking Hoshizora Yumemire has taught me almost excessively. Suppose that's why you can't get good pictures of the night sky with your cell phone camera. The other members enjoy themselves on their own, some continuing to struggle with taking photos with their smartphone, others gazing up at the sky using binoculars, and so as they each wait for me to be done.
写真って天体写真に限らず今のこの瞬間をため置くってことだよね。星空は人の一生のうちにほとんど変わらなくてもやっぱり撮る人によっては違った形で写真に残る思い出みたいに大切な過去の記憶みたいに。
While listening to Asuho's whisper, I continue to gaze at the twinkling of faint starlight entering my sight and stored inside my memories.
お待たせ、ようちゃん。
Yeah, like I said, I'm ending it here. I've not been sleeping well these past few days. Ah, god fucking damn it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Bye.